Face reveal in 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you guys can see, this is a face reveal. So this is me. I know I haven't done like a face reveal properly yet, but I've always just like wondered, when should I do a face reveal? And I thought hitting 1k would be the time I would do a face reveal. So here is a face reveal, and I'm also doing a Q&A, getting questions from friends and just looking through comment sections, seeing any questions that I haven't answered or I have answered but not in full detail. So on my phone I currently have 15 questions, so let's just get straight into answering them. So my first question is mares or geldings? So personally, I prefer to ride geldings. I don't know why, but I find geldings quite fun to ride. And like with mares, they're quite sassy. Obviously, that's like genuinely mares, typical mares. But just like on the ground, I prefer mares, and on like actual like riding purposes, I prefer riding geldings. So probably geldings over mares. So sorry to the mare. Hey, I found out how to speak. So sorry to the people that love mares, but mares are normally like the horses I prefer to groom. But I have no hate to mares. I just prefer geldings personally. So another question: what is your ultimate goal for the future, or your goal for this year? So my ultimate goal, this is quite a big question, but my ultimate goal for like the future is for me to be either in Horse of the Year show, or I mean my dream since I was little was to be in the Olympics, and probably my goal for this year would most likely be to jump. And I actually have something very exciting to tell you guys, which is coming this month. So like stay tuned for that. But yeah, my ultimate goal for this year is probably to jump. So yeah, and I get asked this next question now, but I normally get asked this question a lot: what level are you? So I know lots of different riding schools have different like levels for different people. So I'm currently in novice, and I mean there's not different stages of novice, but I've been in novice for would say a year now, literally a year now, and I'm not in like the beginner stage of novice. I'm more on the higher level of novice. So yeah. How long have I been riding for is another question I always get asked. So, I mean, I've been riding for quite a long time, but I've been riding at my current riding school that I'm at for almost 2 years in July. So yeah, basically I haven't been riding for like my whole life since I was 3, but I did used to ride at another riding school, and then I moved, well I didn't properly ride there, but I had a couple lessons there, and then I moved to a new riding school because I thought it would just be better for me. So my next question is my opinion on Smarty. So one of my friends really loves Smarty, and unfortunately I've never ridden Smarty before, and it's actually a shame that I've never ridden him before, because I know that Smarty is like such a brilliant horse to ride. He's so fun, he's very energetic, he's normally in my lessons, and he just looks like a really fun horse to ride. But he's quite small. I think he's maybe 11 hands, 11.2 hands, I think. Maybe 12 hands, I'm not 100% sure. But my opinion on Smarty is he's very funny, he's very friendly, and he's very, very energetic. So my next question, which is quite a hard question to answer, is my favourite breed. So my favourite breed, I don't really have a personal favourite breed. If I was to pick, it would be a thoroughbred. Thoroughbreds are really gorgeous. And like, they don't stand out, but like, I don't know, they're just like really gorgeous. I really like thoroughbreds. And I really like cobs as well. They're just so adorable, and they have like the cutest faces, and they're like, their feathers, oh my gosh, their feathers, I just love cobs, to be honest. So thoroughbreds and cobs are probably my favourite breed. Okay, so I've got another difficult question to answer, and the question is favourite horse or pony to ride. So I do have kind of a favourite to ride, so I'll tell you who used to be my favourite and who's currently my favourite to ride. So my favourite when I first ever started to ride was definitely 100% Drummer, because I had so many lessons with Drummer, literally, I'm not joking. But with Drummer, when I was in beginner, I used to ride him every lesson, maybe just like I had one lesson with Herbie in beginner, who is another pony, and other than that, I just rode Drummer all the time, and he was just the most incredible horse that I've ever ridden. He taught me so much. He taught me how to trot confidently and just like be a confident rider in myself. And unfortunately, I haven't been on him since the 18th of January 2025, which was my last lesson with him. And I'm hoping that I'll ride him one day. But currently, my favourite horse to ride is definitely Travis. I've only had maybe 4 or 5 lessons with him, but he has definitely taught me a lot. He's told me how to sit a canter, because his canter, if you guys have never ridden Travis or don't go to my yard at all, Travis has a very bouncy canter, and he's kind of just taught me to sit a canter basically, because his canter's like so bouncy. But definitely Travis, because he's built up my confidence so much. He's such a fun horse to ride, and he's very sweet. Next question is, how many times have I fallen off? So I have fallen off 3 times. So I'll tell you my first fall to my most recent fall. So my first fall was with George. So I've ridden George so many times now, but I was in a lesson and my friend was in front with a pony called Maggie, and George had a lot of energy to himself, and my friend just pulled Maggie to a side because Maggie was quite grumpy that George was right to the back of her tail, and I was trying to pull him away, but he just wouldn't stop. So then after that, he just completely obviously I was still beginner at this time and I didn't know how to properly canter, and he just cantered. I don't know how fast the canter was, but he cantered quite fast. I lost my stirrups. I cantered a whole lap without stirrups and holding onto his neck, and then I just completely fell off on my bum, and it was quite painful, but I was fine after that, but it was my first fall, so I wasn't really expecting it. I didn't really know what to feel. So my second fall was definitely my fault. So I was in a lesson with a horse called Missy, and we were cantering with no hands, and we were doing quite a good, nice canter with no hands, and then we came to a bit where she kind of just went really close to the sideboard, and I lost my stirrup, and I just completely fell off. I fell off on my feet, but because we were cantering, I kind of lost my balance, so I fell off onto my back, which it was quite painful, but because I fell on my feet first, it wasn't as painful. But that was my fault. I shouldn't have lost my stirrup. It wasn't Missy's fault at all. And then my most recent fall was with Savannah in January. I'll actually pop the clip up here. So Savannah, she got very, very excited, and I was trotting with her ready to do a canter, and she completely leapt into a sort of bronc canter. It was like a weird kind of feeling, and she just started bronking. I lost my stirrup as soon as she started bronking. Like, I did not expect that at all. And she not refused, but she just stopped completely, and I fell off of her, bashed my shoulder, my head, and I landed basically, I didn't really land on my feet because she was going quite fast. It didn't really seem she was going fast, but she was, and it was quite painful. I had whiplash for the next week. It was really hurting me. But yeah, that was my worst fall I've ever had, and I mean, I didn't really expect her to do that, but yeah, I've had 3 falls. So the first horse I ever rode at my current yard, the first horse I ever rode in my life, when I was 3 years old, I rode a horse called Vixen, and the first horse I rode at my current yard that I'm at was a horse called Beano. He is absolutely the sweetest horse, pony ever. I don't know if I'll be able to ride him again because he is quite small and thin at the same time, so he's normally not in the novice lessons that I'm in, but if he is, there's normally a younger novice rider on him. So yeah. Favourite to ride recently, well, my favourite to ride recently is Travis, so I've kind of already answered that question. What horse have I ridden the most? I've ridden Drummer the most, probably. I've probably had over 10 lessons with that pony. He was incredible. But a lot of the lessons that I had when I was beginner, I didn't get a lot of rides on camera. So I don't have my first 4 rides on camera. I only got not many on camera. But yeah. The next question I have is my OG favourite horse or pony. So my OG favourite and my current favourite will forever be Drummer. He just taught me the basics. He taught me a lot of things. He's a very funny horse. He has a very bright spark to him, and whenever I see him I always laugh because he actually has a secret talent and he always smiles, and it just makes my heart melt because it's so adorable. He's just the cutest pony to fall in love with, and I would do anything to just sit back on him. He is incredible. My favourite mare. So at my yard, I've ridden quite a lot of mares, and I would say my favourite mare is probably either Missy or Amber. I've ridden them only one time, but they are very fun horses to ride. But as well, I would do anything to ride them again. Yeah, Amber's probably my favourite, and then Missy. So next question, my favourite Lemur colour. So I currently have 4 Lemur colours. So I have this jumper which is Stone and Ash. I have Rosemary. I have Petrol and Glacier. So my favourite colour is probably both Petrol and Glacier, the mismatchy set. They are so nice, and as soon as Lemur bought them out in autumn 24, I think it was, I just fell in love with them, and I immediately bought them, and I really like the colour blue. But to be honest, my favourite colour is actually purple, but I really liked blue, and blue kind of suits me well, so that's why I wanted to get Petrol and Glacier. Hey guys, so the next question is, what is your dream horse? So my dream horse would probably, out of the breeds that I said earlier, it would probably be either a cob or a thoroughbred. But if I was to actually pick, I think I would actually want a warm blood. I pretty much like warm bloods. They are really pretty. I think it would be like, my dream would be to have a dark bay warm blood, or just like a bay. I really like bays a lot. And if I could change the name of it, what would it be? So, I mean, I really like the name Brownie. I just find it really cute. Either Brownie, Teddy, Bear, not Teddy Bear, but Teddy, Bear. What else? Maybe Ranger as well. I quite like that name. So probably out of those 4 names, they are really cute names. But yeah, it would probably be a gelding as well. But yeah. So the last and final question is least favourite gelding and mare. So at my yard, I genuinely don't have, this is really hard because I don't really have a least favourite. I mean, if I was to like pick my least, I wouldn't really say I have any least favourites. It's really hard because all of the horses are like really nice. I mean, if it was at the time, my least favourite to ride would probably be Savannah. I don't really have a least favourite gelding. Maybe my least favourite would maybe be possibly Albert, because whenever I go up to him, he tries to like bite me. But I have no hate to Albert. He's actually very goofy and funny. But that was a very hard question. I don't actually have a least favourite mare or gelding. But if I did not answer any of your questions, go comment down below and ask me some. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!